morning all. Yesterday we finished the chapter I and the colorful world. Today we will start with our last chapter of chemistry, which is carbon and its compound. Carbon and its compounds. A lot of part of this chapter has been deleted. So, but still, as you will have to continue in 12th, few parts of it I will mention during teaching that this has been deleted, but we will still read because it is essential for our next year. Naming of carbon compounds has been deleted, but naming you should know, because without knowing the basis of naming, it will be very difficult for further years. Okay? So we will talk about carbon and its compound. Before we get into carbon and its compound, we should know what is chemistry and different branches of chemistry. Okay, when you talk about chemistry, you generally study chemistry in higher classes. That is, from next year you will study chemistry as physical chemistry, inorganic chemistry, and organic chemistry. Okay? So, physical chemistry is all about problems, mole concept, stoichiometry, balancing the equations. Okay, how many moles of gases can be collected? So, all about numerical part of chemistry comes in what chemistry? Physical chemistry. Inorganic chemistry basically deals with all your metallurgical process. How do you extract iron? What are the different elements? How does the atomic radius vary? How does the molecular size vary? All those things which are more of mugging and equations you study in inorganic chemistry. Organic chemistry is all the chemistry of carbon. Organic chemistry, and you know, it is the chemistry of carbon. Earlier days when we used to study, we all used to get our MSc degrees or specializations in any one of these chemistries. So, fortunately or unfortunately, I am in organic chemistry. I have my MSc in organic chemistry from Delhi University. So, what is organic chemistry? Is chemistry which is made up of only carbon compounds. So, carbon compounds are called as what chemistry? Organic chemistry. Why is this called as organic chemistry? We are all living because we are organism. Yes? Living beings are called as what? Organisms. Correct? We are living because we have in our body carbohydrates, fats, proteins and vitamins. Correct? All these compounds which make you a living organism are what based? Carbon based. So, the chemistry of living organisms, which is organism, comes from the word organic, comes from the word organism. So, it is the chemistry of living organisms. So, how are we all living? Because we have substances like carbohydrate, fats, proteins, vitamins in our cell, which is the basic unit of our life. So that is why we study all carbon based chemistry in organic chemistry. Artha? So when I talk about organic chemistry is all about only one single hero, carbon. Carbon is the hero of that compound. Then along with it, it has side actors. The most common actor along with it will be hydrogen. Then oxygen. Okay, so that has been given in your textbook as carbon will call hydrogen and say, will you be my friend? Okay, it's very picha kottidare, but that is it. That carbon is always bonded with what? Hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur. In your level, only these many. Okay, that also we will mainly study with hydrogen. Clear? So what are we going to study studying carbon and its compound, we are going to study the main logic about carbon, that why carbon is important or why our organic chemistry is all carbon based chemistry. Fine. So when you talk about carbon, carbon basically is an element which is present in 14th group of periodic table. It is present in which group? 14th group. So carbon is present in 14th group of periodic table. Okay, its atomic number is 6. Atomic number, okay, can get that. Atomic number is 6 and its atomic mass is 12. Okay, we have isotopes of carbon as carbon 6, 13, carbon 6, 14. Okay, so we have the main carbon which we study in organic chemistry is carbon 6 and 12. So if atomic number is 6, that means its configuration is what? 2, 4. Correct? It has 4 valence electron and hence its valency is 4. This is the basis of carbon. Carbon is a non-metal. Carbon is present in the 14th group of the periodic table. The atomic number of carbon is 6. The atomic mass of carbon is 12. Its configuration is 2, 4. It has how many? 4 valence electron and its valency is 4. It is present in which period? 14th group of periodic table in the second period, as we have studied periodic table before. So please write this part and then we will proceed. Notebook peko. Notes peko, notebook peko. Ashton, where are you first? When you write, please write carbon is present in the 14th group of the periodic table in the second period. Its atomic number is 6. Its atomic mass is 12. 2, 4 L baritira, mele barkondulipa. K shell and L shell. You don't know what am I talking about? K and L. The first shell of the atom is K shell and the next is what? L, K, L, M, N. It has 4 valence electron and its valency is 4. It has 4 valence electron and its valency is 4. She started Pranjal, I am the colorful girl. I is not there. She told something. She's doing the same thing, refraction through a prism only. Yeah. From where I started only she. Okay, now let us read through the first part of carbon and its compound. In the last chapter, we came to know many compounds of importance to us. In this chapter, we will be studying about some more interesting compounds and their properties. Also, we shall be learning about carbon as an element which is of immense significance to us in both its elemental form and its combined form. Look at the items that you come in the last column within the food, clothes, medicine, books, or many things that you listed are all based on this versatile element carbon. The amount of carbon present in the earth crust and in the atmosphere is quite meager. Meager andre tumba kadme. The earth crust only has 0.02% carbon in the form of minerals like carbonates, hydrogen carbonate, coal and petroleum, and the atmosphere has 0.03% of carbon dioxide. In spite of this small amount of carbon available in nature, the importance of carbon seems to be immense. In this chapter, we will be looking at properties of carbon which lead to this anomaly. First question bariri. Idbadadmeli notebook first question bariri. What is the amount or what is the percentage? Next question bariri. What is the percentage of carbon? What is the percentage of carbon in the earth crust? What is the percentage of carbon in the earth crust? Please write the earth crust has only 0.02%, has only 0.02% of carbon in the form of minerals like coal, petroleum, carbonates, and hydrogen carbonate. Coal, petroleum, carbonate and hydrogen carbonate. So the amount of carbon present in the earth crust is only how much? 0.02%. How it is present in the earth crust? In the form of coal, in the form of petroleum, in the form of carbonates and hydrogen carbonate. Carbonate, hydrogen carbonate formula go to carbonate is what? Na2CO3. Suppose I am taking sodium carbonate. If I am taking hydrogen carbonate, NaHCO3. Sodium hydrogen carbonate. Next question, third question. What is the amount of carbon or what is the percentage of carbon in the Earth's atmosphere? What is the percentage of carbon in the Earth's atmosphere? What is the percentage of carbon in the Earth's atmosphere? How much is it? Please write. It is 0.03%. It is 0.03% in the atmosphere in the form of carbon dioxide. It is 0.03% in the atmosphere in the form of carbon dioxide. So is it clear? We are going to study in this chapter carbon. Carbon is a member of 14th group, second period. Carbon has an atomic number 6. It has an atomic mass 12. Its configuration is 2,4. It has valence electron and its valency is 4. Clear? Next part. It is 0.02% present in the earth crust and 0.03% present in the earth's atmosphere. Now, bonding in carbon. Let us come to textbook back. Bonding in carbon, the covalent bond. We studied what is ionic bond? What is ionic bond? The bond formed by transfer of electrons. Metals give electrons and non-metals take electrons. So bond formed by transfer of electron is called as ionic bond. Now we will talk about what bond? Covalent bond. So the next part, which is very important, and these questions will be asked to you. So we have to write and study what? Covalent bond. So I am explaining covalent bond is a bond which is formed by sharing of electron. It is formed by what? Sharing of electron. Okay. So first logic, from where does this concept of sharing came? We have only studied what? Either to give or to take. So let us understand. If I take carbon, which has how many electrons? 6 electrons. Okay, atomic number is 6 means carbon has how many electrons? 6 electrons. How are the electrons present? In the form of 2 and 4. Okay. Now let us think that carbon loses its electron to obtain what configuration? Noble gas configuration. So if it has to lose electron, it has to lose how many electrons? 4 electrons. So that it becomes equal to helium, He2. So let us see. If carbon loses its electron to form C plus 4. Correct? It has to give how many electrons? 4 electrons. So it gives 4 electrons. So what will happen? See, it had 6 electrons and it has 6 protons. Fine? It gave off 4. So minus 4. It has how many electrons? 2 electrons. But the number of protons are still 6. So it is very difficult for these 2 electrons to hold on to what? 6 protons. It is very difficult for these 2 electrons in the nucleus to hold on to 6 protons which are present in the nucleus, and these 2 electrons are present outside. And to remove an electron from the outermost shell, you require what? Lot of energy. So carbon does not have that much of energy to lose electrons, and it is very difficult for 2 electrons to hold on to how many protons? 6 protons. Right? Let us read this part. Let us go to that part. Okay, before that I'll read this. In the previous chapter we have studied the properties of ionic compounds. We saw that ionic compounds have high melting and boiling point and they conduct electricity in molten state. We also saw how the nature of bonding in ionic bond explain these properties. Let us now study these properties of some carbon compound. Melting and boiling points of some carbon compounds are given. Most carbon compounds are poor conductors of electricity. Their melting and boiling point, we can conclude that the force of attraction between these molecules is not very strong. Since these compounds are largely non-conductors of electricity, we conclude that the bonding in these compounds does not give rise to ions. We learned about the combining capacity of various elements and how it depends on the number of valence electrons. Let us now look at the electronic configuration of carbon. The atomic number of carbon is 6. What would be the distribution of electrons in various shells of carbon? K shell 2 electrons, L shell 4 electrons. How many valence electron carbon has? 4. What is its valency? 4. Clear this part? We know that the reactivity of element is explained as their tendency to attain a completely filled outer shell. That is, to attain a noble gas configuration. Elements forming ionic compound achieve this by either gaining or losing electron from the outermost shell. In case of carbon, it has 4 electrons in its outermost shell and it needs to gain 4 or to lose 4. Correct or not? It either has to take 4 electrons and become 8 or either has to lose 4 electrons and become 2. So if it loses 4 electrons and becomes 2, you will find that it is difficult for 6 protons to hold on to 2 electrons. And to remove the electrons, it is very, very difficult as it requires what? A lot of energy. Now let us see the other case. If it takes 4 electrons and becomes what? C minus 4. Then at that time what happens? 6 plus 4, there are 10 electrons, but the number of protons is what? 6. It is very difficult for these 6 protons to control or to attract 10 electrons. Hence, carbon will neither lose nor gain, but it will share. Artha agta idya? Innonsali. Carbon has got how many electrons? 6. It has 4 valence electrons. To attain a noble gas configuration, it has to either gain 4 or should lose 4. If it loses 4, it forms C plus 4 cation. That means there are how many electrons? 2 electrons and 6 protons. These 6 protons find it very difficult or find it very weird to control only 2 electrons. And to remove electrons from any outermost shell, it requires a lot of energy. So it cannot lose electrons. So this is not possible. Now for the second case, let us suppose it takes 4 electrons and become 8. So it is very difficult for these 10 electrons or these 6 protons to hold on to how many electrons? 10 electrons. So carbon will not gain electrons, but it will do what? Share electrons. Is it clear? Let us read. If it were to gain or lose electrons, it could gain 4 electrons forming C minus 4 anion. But it would be difficult for the nucleus of 6 proton to hold on to 10 electrons. Correct? To hold on to 10 electrons. Now, if it loses 4 electrons forming C plus 4 cation, but it requires a large amount of energy to remove 4 electrons, leaving behind carbon cation with 6 protons in it, holding on just to how many electrons? 2 electrons. So this makes carbon neither to lose nor to gain, but to share electrons. Please write next question. In your notebook, please write. Why does carbon not form ionic bond? Why does carbon not form ionic bond? Why does carbon not form ionic bond? Or the same question can be asked as, or why does carbon not lose or gain electron? Why does carbon not lose or gain electron? Okay, your answer, please write the first 2 points. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ? ಮತ್ತೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. If it loses, it becomes C plus 4 cation. Large amount of energy is required to lose the electrons, and it is difficult or it is 6 protons, only holding on to 2 electrons. If it gains, it becomes C minus for an ion, in which it is 10 electrons to be held by only 6 protons. Write those 2 points, please. So, carbon neither loses electrons nor gains electrons, but what it does, it shares electrons. So, the last line baridi. Therefore, higher point bardamel baridi. Therefore, carbon neither loses electron. Therefore, carbon neither loses electrons nor gains electron. But shares electron. To achieve noble gas configuration. To achieve noble gas configuration. To achieve noble gas configuration. So it will neither lose nor gain, because if it loses, it requires a lot of energy, and it is very weird for 6 proton to hold on only to 2 electrons. But if it gains, 6 protons cannot hold on to 10 electrons. So it neither gains nor loses, but only shares. Next question, Barivi. This is which question? 4th or 5th? 4th. Please write. Define covalent bond. Define covalent bond. The bond formed by sharing of electrons. The bond formed by sharing of electrons is called covalent bond. The bond formed by sharing of electrons is called covalent bond. Okay? So all our carbon compounds show what bonding? Covalent bonding. Because carbon can neither lose nor gain. What was ionic bond? The bond formed by transfer of electron. When I gain, when I lose, I become either positive charge or negative charge. When I share, I don't get any charge on myself. So as a result of it, I am not an ion, and hence I cannot conduct electricity. So all covalent compounds cannot conduct electricity because I am only sharing. I am neither giving you the electrons nor taking from you your electrons. Is it clear? Understood this much? So covalent bonding are bonds formed by sharing of electrons. The properties of covalent bond and how it is formed, we will do it in the next class. Okay, page by page I should have said, but because we are only doing this, probably 2 pages a day, not more than that. So we have finished. I will repeat again. Carbon, the main hero of carbon and its compound, present in group 14. Which period? Second period. Its valency is 4. Its atomic number is 6. Its atomic mass is 12. Its electronic configuration is 2 and 4. Valence electron 4. Valency 4. Present in earth crust as 0.02%. How it is present? In the form of coal, petroleum, carbonates and hydrogen carbonate. How much it is present in the atmosphere? 0.03%. How? In the presence of carbon dioxide or in the form of carbon dioxide. Carbon can neither lose nor gain electrons. If it loses electrons, it has to form C+4 cation. Then it will only have 2 electrons with how many protons? 6 protons. And to remove electrons, a lot of energy is required. So carbon does not lose its electron. Let us suppose if it gains electron, it forms C-4 anion. When it forms anion, it will have 6 protons holding on to 10 electrons, which is very difficult. Hence carbon neither loses nor gains, but what it does? It shares. This sharing of electrons and forming bonds is called what bonds? Covalent bond. When I share, I don't have very strong forces of attraction. When I give and lose, see, all your friends are sharing wala friend. But sometimes you get into weird kind of love that is very strong because you have already given your heart, isn't it? You will have people giving heart to many people. I don't know how it happens. So that kind of friendship, very difficult to break. Okay. If you are only playing PUBG with each other, very strong friendship, difficult to break. If you are playing Call of Duty, if you are playing all such weird games, I don't know what all they are. So that is a very strong connection there. But if you are just sharing, music, manel breakfast too and all that, then you are just sharing things. You don't have very strong, I can easily break you apart. So there are some weird kinds of friendship you will have, which will have one single purpose, which may not be correct. Okay, so always understand sharing means melting point, boiling point, low, because no attraction. Whenever I want, I can take my electron back and say, sure, I don't want you. Isn't it? So no high melting point and boiling point, not very solid structure, because we are not held very closely. No ions, no electrical conduction. So these are all differences between ionic compounds and covalent compounds. Okay? We say that covalent bonds are bonds which are formed by sharing of electrons. Clear? Understood till here? Tomorrow we will do how bonding in covalent compound takes place. Okay? Thank you. 25 ನಿಮಿಷ ಇವತ್ತು ಅದು ಇಲ್ವಾ